as the second busiest July 4th travel weekend since 2000. And on this day, California's gas tax increases.
Californians were already paying more than anyone else in the U.S. for gas, regular unleaded, between $6 and $7 a gallon in the state. And today, the state gas tax increased, up 3 more cents. Voters approved the annual increase back in 2017. Republicans pushed to have the increase frozen, but Democrats refused. Drivers say the bump in prices makes a bad situation even worse.
Well, I'll be staying in town for 4th of July, not driving anywhere.
Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Sunday's expected to be the busiest day for air travel, according to the TSA. Administrator David Pekusky tells ABC there are about 1,000 agents on standby to keep lines moving.
Average wait time, if you're a pre-check passenger, you can rely on the wait time being less than 10 minutes. So sometimes it's substantially less than 10 minutes. If you're a standard passenger, so not pre-check, generally it'll be less than 30 minutes.
President Biden now back in the U.S. with several domestic challenges, including the Supreme Court's ruling Thursday that the EPA does not have the authority to limit greenhouse gas emissions. That's a blow to plans to combat climate change. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin still in Europe, now participating in a change of command ceremony in Germany. He says when it comes to the war in Ukraine,
Putin's war of choice threatens more than just the sovereignty of Ukraine. It is an assault on transatlantic peace and security.
Basketball star Brittany Griner's in a Russian court right now on trial on drug smuggling charges. The U.S. says she's being wrongfully detained, and several police officers were wounded in a shooting in eastern Kentucky as they served a warrant during what authorities called a domestic situation. You're listening to ABC News.
Was your business hurt in the years of the pandemic? Have you had a serious decline in revenue since 2019? Was your business partly or fully shut down by the government? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you may be eligible to receive up to $26,000 per employee. How? By taking advantage of the Employer Retention Tax Credit, a fully funded tax credit created to help businesses during these difficult times. The experts at ERTC Rebate Masters are ready to help you get the money you're owed. The pre-qualification is absolutely free. Even if you got PPP money, this is more money that may be owed to you. Repayment is not necessary. The money is all yours. Get your free pre-qualification now. Call 844-333-ERTC or 844-333-3782. Take advantage of this tax credit while you can. Call ERTC Rebate Masters today at 844-333-ERTC and claim what is rightfully yours. That's 844-333-ERTC. That's 844-333-ERTC, 844-333-3782.
History on the U.S. Supreme Court.
With her family and fellow justices looking on, now Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson took 2 oaths, one administered by Chief Justice John Roberts, the second by her mentor and now retiring Justice Stephen Breyer, heard here.
I, Ketanji Brown Jackson,
do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
Jackson now replaces Breyer on the bench, becoming the first black woman justice and the 4th woman to serve on the High Court.
Under the Constitution
and laws of the United States.
And laws of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Large sharks are here. That warning from marine officials on Cape Cod. A great white sighting already closing one beach this week. Detections of tagged sharks off the Cape rising from about 11,000 in 2013 to more than 169,000 last year. Scientist Megan Winton with the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy.
It's horrible, and it's part of the reason why we're working so hard here, not only to do the research, but to get the information into the hands of the public.
Last fatality in the area was 3 years ago. Casino workers in Atlantic City, New Jersey will not be going on strike. Their union says it's agreed to a new contract with 4 casinos, averting a walkout before the holiday weekend. And the agreements increase the chances for a deal with the Hard Rock as well. This is ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there's no way out? Get off the endless debt treadmill and start saving money each month. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Call Total Financial now at 800-208-1312. 800-208-1312.
Brian Clark, ABC News.
It's the time of year to come to NC Tractor for the selection of Massey Ferguson tractors and Bobcat zero-turn mowers. NC Tractor gives fantastic customer service, the best discounts possible, and it's a locally owned business. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue is helping to make outdoor work more enjoyable. Shouldn't you have something that you can be proud of for a long time? Massey Ferguson and Bobcat zero-turn mowers. Come look them over. 299 Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton. That phone number is 288-0395.
Happy July 1st, and as we head into this holiday weekend, certainly going to feel like July. Temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s for today. A partly cloudy, hot and muggy afternoon with a chance for a few scattered showers and storms. Into tonight, mostly cloudy, a stray shower with temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. For our Saturday, again, another chance of scattered showers and storms by the afternoon with partly cloudy skies. We'll be in the low 90s to start the holiday weekend and keeping the chance of rain into the July 4th holiday. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
Well, it looks like the weekend's not going to be a complete washout, though we may get some pop-up showers from time to time. Like, for instance, there's one scheduled for today. Then Saturday looks good, no rain until Saturday night. Sunday, 30% chance of showers, 60% Sunday night. And then for July 4th, looks like we may have about a 50-50 chance of a pop-up afternoon thunderstorm. And then on Tuesday, another thunderstorm. So it's going to be one of those iffy kind of weekends weather-wise. It may come, it may not. It's about a 50% chance, 20% chance. We'll just have to go ahead and make our plans around it and be close enough to the umbrella if it does come. Or you can see the dark clouds go, oh, here he comes, and run for the shelter. But it's not going to be too bad at all. Not a complete washout at all. Now I have these death announcements. Kenneth Wayne, Lil Wayne Melton Jr., 49 of Ellenboro, died Tuesday at Adrium Health in Cleveland. A graveside service will be conducted at 11 o'clock Saturday, July 2nd at Robertson Creek Free Will Baptist Church. The visitation will be from 5:30 until 7:30 today at Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Service is serving the family of Kenneth Wayne, Lil Wayne Melton Jr. Paulette Cash Littlejohn of Ellenboro died June 11th. A celebration of life will be held 2 p.m. Saturday, July 2nd at Crow's Funeral Home. Paulette Cash Littlejohn. William F. P. Cox III died June 26th at his home in Ellenboro. A funeral will be held at St. Francis Episcopal Church in Rutherfordton Sunday, July 3rd at 4 p.m. The family will be pleased to see friends and family at a reception at the Cathedral of All Souls in Asheville from 4:30 to 6:30 on Saturday, July 2nd. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of William Cox III. William Rufus McGowan Billy passed away on June 26th at the age of 70 in Rutherfordton. There will be a celebration of Billy's life at the First United Methodist Church of Rutherfordton today at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Following the ceremony, there will be gathering in the Memorial Garden to spread his ashes. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Billy McGowan. Jamie Van Horn Scarborough, 70 of Forest City, passed away June 27th at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. A service to celebrate Jamie's life will be conducted at 2 o'clock today at Mount Vernon Baptist Church. The family will receive friends from 12:45 until 1:45 p.m. today at the church prior to the service, and at other times the family will be at the Sears residence in Ellenboro. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Jamie Van Horn Scarborough. Jesse Kevin Daniel Lovelace, infant son of Kristen Danielle Edwards and David Kyle Lovelace, both of Forest City, died Sunday, June 6th at his residence. A memorial service will be conducted at a time to be determined in Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services entrusted with those arrangements for Jesse Kevin Daniel Lovelace, infant son of Kristen Danielle Edwards and David Kyle Lovelace. Kenneth James Heath, 45 of Pearisburg, Virginia, died June 26th. There will be a celebration of life Saturday, July 2nd at 12 o'clock in the Kendall Funeral Home Chapel. The family will receive friends in the Kendall Funeral Home Chapel Saturday, July 2nd from 11 until 12. The staff of Kendall Funeral Home honored to serve the Heath family. Kenneth James Heath. Those are the death announcements we have in house this morning. Complete information today at 11:35.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first, AMAC is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits, insightful news, and a magazine full of uncensored content. They are pushing back against efforts to defund the police, weaken the borders, and corrupt our youth. But they need your help. Please stand with AMAC at amac.us. That's amac.us. On this Friday, the latest in a long-running series, Get Trump, is a former White House aide, Cassidy Hutchinson, accusing the last president of assaulting a Secret Service agent and throwing ketchup at people on January 6, 2001. Ms. Hutchinson was under oath when she said that to the January 6 House Committee, in place, of course, to destroy Donald Trump's chances of running again. That's what the committee is doing, or trying to do. Of course, Ms. Hutchinson was not challenged by any committee person, and the media immediately convicted Trump of seditious conspiracy or something. According to the press, Trump is absolutely guilty of everything. But I'm not sure throwing ketchup is a federal offense, or mustard while we're on the subject of condiments. This correspondent has no idea what Trump did on January 6th other than what he said publicly. I will say the president did not handle the situation as well as he could have, but we all know that. The way it works in our rapidly deteriorating country is that all allegations immediately turn into convictions now. And even if Ms. Hutchinson turns out to be a perjurer, nothing will happen to her. Perjury is now considered a sport in America. Soon there will be a U.S. perjury league with televised exhibitions on Saturday. Summing up, Democrats and the hate Trump media, which ushered Joe Biden into office, are desperate to drive Trump from the public arena. And if they have to use ketchup, they will. Back after this. Many timeshare owners are very upset because their yearly dues have nearly doubled. Well, Lone Star will guarantee the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. With their A-plus rating at the Better Business Bureau, clients know that Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. For a free consultation, please go to LoneStarTransfer.com or call 855-551-7066. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
As early as the 1840s, there were stories of cattle being driven from Texas to Missouri. However, cattle drives from Texas didn't start in earnest until around 1866. But there was one cattle drive that took place over 10 years earlier, taking cattle all the way up to New York. And it wasn't done by a Texas cowboy, but an English immigrant who grew up in Illinois by the name of Thomas Pointing. Now, Pointing wasn't a novice around cattle. As a youth in England, he drove cattle to London, and later in Illinois, he drove cattle up to Wisconsin. Hearing about cheap cattle in Texas, he and partner Washington Malone went down there and bought 800 longhorn cattle. They hired a man to drive the supply wagon. An ox with a bell around his neck was tied to the back of the wagon. He was the lead steer, and the cattle followed him wherever he went. While traveling through Missouri, they restocked the provisions from local farmers. 4 months after their start, they got to Illinois. It was winter, so they took time to fatten the cattle on corn. In the spring, Pointing sold all but 150 of the longhorns. Those 150 he wanted to take to New York. When they got to Muncie, Indiana, Pointing got the idea of transporting them the rest of the way by rail car. On July 1, 1854, the cattle arrived in New York. They were taken to the 100th Street Market and auctioned off. Although Pointing's cattle drive was a great feat in itself, his greatest achievement was to show that cattle could be brought 2,000 miles from Texas and sold at a profit. And with this, a new page in the Old West history was opened. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Live say.
When your taste buds are screaming for delicious, head over to Jesse James Railroad Express. Enjoy fresh cooked burgers, garden salads, hot dogs any way you like, French fries. Enjoy a refreshing milkshake or a hand-dipped ice cream cone. They're open Monday through Saturday, 11 to 4, closed Wednesday and Sunday. That's Jesse James Railroad Express, 531 Railroad Avenue in Ruth. Call ahead, 828-447-4644. And Mondays only, hot dogs with mustard, chili, and onions, only $1.24 each. All aboard the Jesse James Railroad Express.
Well, as we're talking about Jesse James, let's move to the local crime fighting scene and get the sheriff's report. And on the phone with me right now is Sergeant Brendel to give us an update. Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Happy July 1st.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You too.
Tell us what's been going on.
Past 24 hours, the sheriff's office has answered 139 calls, processed 14 arrests, and currently have 204 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Jason Paul Petit, 30-year-old white male, Bostic, served with 6 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. No bond listed right now. William Dennis Tony, 61-year-old white male of Rutherford, charged with assault with a deadly weapon, given a written promise to appear. We have a Bruce Lee Tony, 36-year-old white male of Far City, charged with assault with a deadly weapon, given a written promise to appear. A Nolan Andrew Blanton, 19-year-old white male of Far City, charged with assault on female, no bond at this time. And Frankie Lee Greer, 53-year-old white male of Far City, served with 1 count of failure to appear on misdemeanor, given a $500 secured bond. Under our incident reports, we have a Richard Robertson from Nebo reported a larceny of a log splitter. Incident occurred on Strawberry Holler Drive in Union Mills. We have a William Sharkey from Highway 64 in Union Mills reported a assault and battery, and that is where Miss Carla Sharkey was taken into custody in that incident. And we have a Ashley Hamrick from Baltimore Road in Ellenboro reported a larceny of a steel weed eater valued at $215. And that's all we have for you this morning, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant Brendel. I appreciate that, and hope you have a safe weekend and enjoy the holidays.
Yes, sir. You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. And we'll get to 911 Communications Center in just a moment.
Hey, folks, Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, Supply is an amazing store. I can say that because they have what you need. From pet supplies to fire and ant killer to horse-quality Timothy alfalfa hay, $14 per bale. Attention carp fishermen, they have C&J flavoring, only $8 per bottle. And they have oats for sale. Refill your propane tanks at the lowest price. Fully stocked with all your deer supplies and a great selection of farm implements. Need mulch? $12 per scoop. We could call it a superstore. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, Supply, 188 Whiteside Road in Rutherford.
Good morning, Amanda. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. What's on the report?
Well, in the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center has processed 419 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 30 for the emergency medical services, 139 calls for the Sheriff's Office, 48 for Forest City, 5 for Lake Lure, 41 for Rutherford, and 24 for Spindale. Lake Lure Fire Department had a fire alarm assisted by Fairfield, and Rutherford had a motor vehicle crash, and that is all.
Thank you so much. Hope you have a great weekend.
You too.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Well, the Sheriff's Department is still searching for missing person Tiffany Luckadoo. She's 43 years old, white female. She's about 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs about 140 pounds. She was last seen in the area of Gilkey Lumber. If you have information regarding the whereabouts of Luckadoo, please contact the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office at 286-2911 or submit an anonymous tip through the RCSO mobile app. They'd like to find this lady, get her back to where she's supposed to be. Here now is Ruby Taylor reporting out of Danieltown, SDO Fire District reporter. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's on that report over there, Ruby?
Well, I don't reckon they had any calls. I didn't hear anything on the scanner. And on my birthday counter, I got Scotty Zale, Dwight Byers, and Sharon Wilkins having birthdays today, and hope they have a nice day tomorrow. Jared Mays and Thomas Melton having birthdays tomorrow, and hope they have a nice day. Sunday, Donna Mays, John Kennedy, Doris Davis, and Aubrey Hall having birthday, and hope they all have a nice day. And the signs are in the heart today, tomorrow, and going to the bowels on Sunday. That's all I got, Jim.
Thanks so much, Ruby. Enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I want to give a big shout out this morning, all our listeners over in the Lattimore, Mooresboro area. We know there's a bunch of you over there. Don't get a chance to say hello to you much, but thank you for tuning in. 100.9 FM, 590 AM. Lattimore, Mooresboro, good morning to you.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Well, let's say good morning to the man who knows his way around a few fires and disasters along the way, Gary Wilson from Fairfield Mountains Fire District. Good morning, Gary. How are you?
Sometimes I feel like I'm a disaster myself.
You got a lot of miles on you, though, haven't you?
Yeah, a lot of miles. Yep. A lot of miles. But they've all been good in the long run, so that's what counts.
A lot of people appreciate all those years of dedication to that, so thank you very much.
I appreciate that. We got a big weekend coming up, big week coming up. It should be probably our busiest weekend of the year, and the busiest week of the year is always around the 4th of July. So this year is going to be hopefully more like a normal 4th of July, and people can get out and enjoy it and be careful and safe out there because there's going to be a lot of traffic coming in. And I think the Chamber of Commerce is shooting their fireworks, I believe, up at the Lake Lure Beach Sunday night at 9, and we're doing ours Monday night over at Room and Ball at 9:30. So a lot of activities going on for the weekend. Main thing is to be smart, be safe, and don't go out there and do something foolish.
Yeah. Find you a safe spot where you can watch it from a distance if you want to see it.
It is. Let the professionals do the shooting of the fireworks and leave yours down in South Carolina.
That's right.
For that night anyway. And be a lot of folks around, so if everybody has a good time, the weather cooperates. Sounds like it probably will. It's going to be hot and chance of having thunderstorms, but that's typical for us. And we're quiet up here overnight. We had one call yesterday for a false alarm and a fire alarm at a residence, but ended up not being anything, so everything else is going on pretty good.
All right, Gary.
Hope you have a good weekend, Jim.
Hope you do too. Be safe up there, and I hope you don't get called out on anything, and we'll see you next time.
All right, talk to you then.
All right, bye-bye. 23 minutes after 7. Here's a question for you. Are you uninsured or have a high deductible plan? Brock Family Care may be the right fit for you and your family. Brock Family Care offers a membership plan of $75 a month, and that includes unlimited visits, 2 sets of complete labs per year, 1 annual physical exam including an EKG, even house calls as appropriate. This seems to be the answer to put an end to complications with medical care and insurance plans. To learn more, call or visit the website at www.brockfamilycare.com. That phone number is 828-382-7282. Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Look for all the new design 2021 F-150 at Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. Here's Bostic's favorite reporter, DeVerne. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Has to be the favorite, don't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, over here in Bostic this morning we have a temperature of 70 degrees. Fire department had no calls, but always remember them. Today is the first day of July. Stop by Bostic Park with your children and let them enjoy the park. There's also sheds there that you can have a picnic under. Washburn store located off of Boston Sunshine Highway. Check their items out. And the 4th of July is Monday, so I hope everyone has a wonderful 4th of July and a wonderful weekend.
Well, thank you very much. Hope you do, too. And don't you be shooting any of those firecrackers.
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not.
All right. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Turn up the savings, turn up the value, and turn up the fun with BarkMobile's Turn Up the Switch event. Turn up the style with a new Samsung Galaxy A32, free when you make the switch. Or bring your own device and save $100. Plus talk, text, and stream like you want with unlimited data for just $35 a line per month with 2 lines. All on our new 5G network. Mobile made easy just got even easier. Snag the savings at BarkMobile's Turn Up the Switch event today. BarkMobile, mobile made easy. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit mybarkmobile.com/terms and conditions.
Congresswoman Virginia Fox should be checking in with us right about 7:45, right after the call-around report. She's going to be checking and giving us an update on all the stuff going on up there, and we'll talk with her for a few minutes. So be sure to hang around after the call-around report for Congresswoman Virginia Fox. Let's go up to Hudlow Fire District now. Mr. Bob Hodge is there. He's ready, all anxious for July 4th so he can get out and shoot some fireworks and cook some hot dogs and marshmallows. Is that about right, Bob?
That's right. Good morning, July.
That's right. Hope you're feeling well today.
We'll try to get out and do all of those things there. We do all that. Well, have a busy weekend.
Yeah, well, make sure Imogene supervises you now. We want to take care of you.
Oh, yeah, I have to have somebody to supervise me because I might not be able to do it by myself there. Well, Jim, we're doing just fine up here this morning, and the pretty morning, and things are running along quiet so far. And with the apartment, we hadn't had any power calls overnight. I want to say happy birthday today to Don Lale and Joey Harden. And then for Saturday, Zach Mabria and Ruth Henderson. And, Jim, that's all I have so far. Things are quiet, and I hope we'll have a good, quiet 4th of July weekend. And
I hope so, too.
bad happens.
I hope so, too. I hope it's quiet. Nobody has to go out on a fire or wreck or anything like that. Wouldn't that be great?
That'll be great there. Won't have to do that, but everybody just be careful and everything over the weekend, and you get out now and you and Faye enjoy all these fireworks and all this other stuff going on.
Well, we're going to stay kind of close this weekend, but I look forward to seeing some of those fireworks from a distance.
Well, that's the way we are. We'll get out on the porch and watch them shoot them up around the county there. You can hear them. And, but everybody just stay safe and then enjoy the 4th of July weekend.
Bob, I appreciate you. Have a good weekend. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
7:29, Friday morning, July 1st, July 1st today. Let's head over toward the Cherry Mountain Fire District. And Sue Price, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How are you?
I'm good. Hope you are.
You bought all your fireworks?
Well, I don't guess I'll be doing that.
Closest thing to be striking a match and lighting a candle,
huh? Yeah.
That's about as safe as you can be.
But we hope everybody will have a good 4th. It's a good holiday. Enjoyed the music this morning.
Well, thank you.
Good. Well, let's see. I didn't have any calls from the fire department, so I guess they've been quiet. And no birthdays or anniversaries on my church calendar or my personal calendar today on this first day of July. Fairview has a birthday for Michael Sursland, and First Broad has a birthday for Laura Chastain. So I hope they'll have a good day, and I hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And as far as I know, I don't have any announcements. It's just quiet and calm over here, and we hope it'll stay that way all weekend. And hope everybody will have a good one and be safe. And I hope you and Faye have a good 4th of July.
Thanks, Sue. I appreciate that. We're going to do our best to enjoy the weekend. So you have a good one, too. Be safe, and I'll see you next time.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Just a reminder, I think most of the banks are going to be closed Monday, so if you need any activity and transactions at the bank, if you were going to withdraw some money, you put it in my account or anything like that, you need to do that today because the banks be closed on Monday. And a lot of businesses closed on Monday, so make sure you check their hours before you wait till Monday to get something done, and nobody there. 7:31, next phone call coming right up.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Right, Shingle Hollow looks like it's welcoming us this morning, so let's head up that way. And Tina White, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well and happy. How are you?
I am too. First day of July. It's 68 degrees in Shingle Hollow this morning. If there's been any rain, I don't know. It's not enough for me to tell.
Yep.
So we're still wanting some rain. Birthdays today, we have Miss Doris Hill and Enoch Harris. Hope both of them have a great big birthday. Vacation Bible schools all around. Maple Creek Bible School is coming up. Let me find my little flyer. I just thought I laid it out. Okay. Vacation Bible School is at Mountain Creek Baptist Church from July 10th through the 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. Everyone's invited to join in on that. Piney Knob Baptist Church is having a Vacation Bible School kickoff on July 9th from 12 to 2, and then their Vacation Bible School begins on Monday. I sound like I'm not prepared today, don't I? The 11th and runs through the 15th. So we're going to have a meal from 5:30 to 6, and then from 6 to 8 is Bible school.
All right. That it?
That's all I've got this morning.
All right. Well, you enjoy the weekend. Be safe up there and continue to improve, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Happy Independence Day, and have a great weekend. Stay safe out there.
See you now. Bye-bye.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Andrew Tisdale, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we focus what's important to you. We create a personalized strategy backed by our advice, our tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we partner together to help your strategy stay on track no matter what happens. Contact me at any time at 828-287-9197. We'll sit down, talk, and we're going to make a strategy that's right for you.
We have 68 degrees, 734. Coming up right now is the visit up to Union Mills to get the calorie report from Brenda. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing just fine today. How about yourself, Jim Bishop, on this fabulous Friday?
I'm doing fabulous.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. This is the first day of July.
Yes.
And we got a big weekend ahead of us, haven't we?
Well, it is a big weekend for a lot of folks. Be a lot more traffic maybe on the road because a lot of the airlines have canceled flights. People who were planning on flying may have to drive, so there may be a lot more traffic than we thought.
Oh my goodness! And don't drink and drive.
Oh, please don't. Please don't.
No, we don't want. We don't want no wrecks and deaths from motor vehicles or nothing like that. Everybody needs to be very cautious. Very cautious. So you're going to be gone this weekend or Monday?
I'm just going to be off Monday.
Well, you're off every day, but that's all right.
That's what I've been told. But you know what? I enjoy life anyway.
That's right. That's right. That's what it's all about. Enjoy life. We just go through it one time, don't we?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Well, let's see. I've got 64 degrees on the front porch this morning, and birthdays today. I've got Libby Watkins, and anniversaries, Dick and Joan McCallum. So we hope these people have a great old big day on their special day. And then ways of announcements, Gilkey School Community Center will have a buffet breakfast on July the 9th, starting at 7 a.m. and going to 10 a.m. And adults is $8, kids 6 to 12, $3, kids 5 and under free, and money goes to help support the community center. And you know I won't be here next week.
All week long you're gone, right?
No, I'll be here Monday and Tuesday, but then I won't be back till Saturday. I'll be back Friday evening, so I'll do the report Saturday morning.
Okay, so you'll do the report Monday and Tuesday, but not Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I don't know if we can do this without you or not, Brenda.
Oh, yeah, you've done it before. You can handle it. You can handle it. It'll be okay.
So Dick and Joan have an anniversary today.
Yeah, and they're out and about. I don't know if they've got back yet or not, but they were gone.
They travel a lot.
Yeah, they do. I think they were going to be gone 2 or 3 weeks. I know Jeff had to teach Sunday school Sunday, and I don't know who's going to teach it this Sunday. I don't know if they're back yet or not, but I hope they have a good anniversary.
Well, when they get back, tell them I said congratulations on their anniversary.
I'll tell them, and you have a good one, and enjoy your weekend, and be careful, and we shall talk to you later.
All right, I'll talk to you again on Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday, that's right, okay.
See you, Brenda.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. That's the Cali Report from Union Mills, 737. Congresswoman Virginia Fox is going to be calling in here in a few minutes, so hang around for that. Let me brag on Hutchins Pest Control a minute. Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service may be the reason they keep getting voted best pest control. If you have a pest problem, call this family-run business at 287-5171. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Get a free estimate when you call Hutchins Pest Control and be sure the job is done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171 and they'll be right there. Luther Gilligan, good morning.
Good morning, you two. Nice day down here this morning.
Well, you're up and at 'em already?
Hey, we're getting it. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm getting it.
Well,
But it's a good day down here, though. Not much going on. Everybody, it's Friday. Everybody's trying to get this last day in, get it over. Looking forward to a long weekend. Everybody's going to have a good time. And you see, the fire department, they were fairly quiet yesterday. They only had one medical call. That was yesterday and didn't have anything last night, so everybody's happy about that. So, nothing else going on down here, so you have a great day up there. Have a good weekend. Be nice to stay, and we'll talk to you next week.
Be careful over there, and I'll see you next time.
All right, take care now.
Bye. That's the Ellenboro reporter, Luther Gilligan. Now it's time for birthdays and anniversaries for this first day of July, July 1st. 287-3356. If you are celebrating on this first day, give us a call. Let's celebrate with you. 287-3356, 287-3356. Birthdays, anniversaries coming up.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
Well, if you have guests coming in this weekend for July 4th, I'll tell you what, get a big old bag of Daylight Donuts from Granny B's to make everybody happy. They got all varieties there, too. You can get some and take them home for the weekend. And while you're there this morning, if you get there early, you can have breakfast. Granny B's serving breakfast until about 11 o'clock today, and a good breakfast it is. Granny B's, Main Street, Spindale, right next to the Shake Shop.
Happy birthday.
Wishes going out to Joyce Cook over in Kaiser, has a birthday tomorrow on the 2nd. Lisa Pruitt is 41 today. Letitia Landrum is 49. Happy birthday to these fine folks. 1906, Essie Lauder was born. Olivia de Havilland was born in 1916. 1932, Bobby Day sang Rockin' Robin. 1934, Jamie Farr Klinger from MASH was born. 1952, Dan Aykroyd was born. 1955, Keith Whitley, country singer, was born. He died too early in 1989. Some of the events on this date include 1847, first U.S. postage stamp goes on sale. 1861, first public schoolhouse opened. 1867, the Dominion of Canada is formed. 1874, first zoo in the U.S. opened. 1916, Coca-Cola brings current formula to the market. 1934, first X-ray photo of the entire body was formed. This is National Gender Stamp Day, National U.S. Postage Stamp Day, National Postal Worker Day. So hi, guys and gals over at the post office and on the routes this morning. Have a good day. International Joke Day. Well, I'm not going there just yet. And this is Canada Day. So now you're up to date on this date in history here on WCAB in Rutherford.
In September of 1993, the baseball season was nearing its completion. The first-place Philadelphia Phillies were playing in the second-place Expos in Montreal. Every game was crucial for both teams. Philadelphia was leading 7-4 when the Montreal manager sent an unproven rookie to the plate. Curtis Pride had never gotten a hit in the major leagues, and here he was playing in the biggest game of his career. He stepped up to the plate with 2 on. On the first pitch thrown to him, he laced a double into the outfield, scoring the 2 runners. The 47,000 hometown fans roared their approval. The third base coach pointed to his hat as he walked toward Pride standing at second base. Pride thought at first there was something wrong with his helmet until he realized the coach was wanting him to tip his hat to the appreciative fans. After the game, one of the reporters asked Pride if he had heard the roar of the crowd. Pride, who was 95% deaf, said he couldn't hear the sound, but he could feel it in his heart. Our sense of approval needs to come from within rather than the fickle taste of the crowd. If we only play to the crowd and their approval, we will be making all of our decisions on how it will look to others. This is a shallow and undisciplined way to live. We need to make choices because they are right and not because it pleases the crowd. Then we will feel it in our heart, whether we hear any applause or not. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
7:45 here on this Friday morning, July 1st. And my friend, Congresswoman Virginia Fox, and a real fighter in Washington, is on the phone with me right now to give us an update. Congresswoman Virginia Fox, good morning.
I am delighted to be with you, Jim. It is a beautiful morning in western North Carolina.
What a place to live, right?
It is the best place in the world to live, in my opinion. And while we need a little growth, I worry a little bit about how much growth we're having.
Yes. I know we don't have a whole lot of time this morning, but let me talk to you just a minute. I know your thoughts on what just happened in the Supreme Court. A couple of good wins for conservatives. First of all, Roe v. Wade. What do you think?
Well, I think Roe v. Wade corrects. I think the Dobbs decision corrects a bad decision that was made in Roe v. Wade, and even Ruth Bader Ginsburg said it. She said this should have been left up to the states. And the liberals idolize Ruth Bader Ginsburg. They've almost made a god out of her, and but they forget what she talked about. She said this should have been left to the states. Jim, I recommend everybody read the Constitution. I think everybody should read it either the first of the year, September 17, which is Constitution Day, or no better day than Independence Day to read it. You find me the word abortion and see where that is a right of the federal government to regulate. Let's go back just a minute, Jim. We may have talked about this before, but what is the Constitution? People don't understand the Constitution. The Constitution gave the federal government certain responsibility and authority over the people. It did not give the people rights from the government. Our rights come from God. In order to have a civil society, you have to have some organizing principle. We have an organizing principle that's the Constitution. It is our rule of law. There is no way in the Constitution that you could justify killing unborn babies. And that's what abortion is. And that's the other thing we should be doing, Jim, is saying the proper terms. The left abrogates language to itself and always puts us on the defensive. And we need to change that. We don't need to call it abortion. We need to call it the killing of unborn babies.
Yes.
Because that's what it is.
Yes.
And that's what I've taken to doing, is anytime somebody uses the word abortion, that just makes it sound, simple, disconnected from being human. It's not. It's the most human of things we do. And I know I've said this to you before. The Ten Commandments is really all we need, and we've had the Ten Commandments for a long time, since Moses.
Yes.
And God commanded us not to kill. So that's where I come from.
That's I guess the hardest thing for me to understand about so many people in society, particularly many of the liberals, are see nothing wrong with this. It's like having a fingernail clipped to kill a baby in a mother's womb, and they say a woman's right to choose. Well, the choice, in my mind, the choice should have happened 9 months earlier.
That's exactly right, or whenever. That's exactly right. And honestly, with the technology we have, I just don't understand why a lot of women get pregnant. It doesn't make any sense. And you're exactly right. There's a choice being made at that point, and that's where they should say, I'm going to choose not to do that.
Yes. What else are you working on up there in Washington? I know you stay busy, just about 24/7.
I am busy. I am very concerned about what is happening with Title IX. Jim, Title IX gave women a lot of opportunities. It allowed women to participate equally in sports, in most sports, where money being spent on sports has to be spent equally on men's and women's sports. And it's really made a huge difference in terms of the opportunities that women have. Before Title IX, only 1 in 27 women in college participate in sports. Now it's 1 in 5. And it's the same thing in high schools. Many, many more women are participating in sports because of Title IX, because it's available to them. And we celebrated the 50th anniversary last week, And what I want to say about that, too, the interesting thing about what's happening with the Democrats is they're the ones that have fought, they say, for equal rights for women, and now they want to erase women by saying, well, it's okay for men who pretend to be women to come into sports, and we know that men have superior strength in so many ways. I'm not saying men and women should be the same. We are not the same. God created us equal but complementary.
Yes.
And when we allow men who say, no, today I feel like a woman, to participate in sports, then they're going to almost always be a woman in swimming, in lifting, in throwing, and in most cases, because men simply have upper body strength women don't have. They have leg strength that women don't have. You know, I've helped my husband in business over the years, nursery and landscaping business, construction, lots of things where I was very much the minority. And I could not ever lift as much as the men could. I had a smaller chainsaw than most of the men had, because I just can't handle a heavy chainsaw. And I know how to use a chainsaw pretty well. But I could do my part. And that's, we need to understand that. We need to understand that and not close out women. And that's another thing I can't understand. And, of course, the other thing we're talking about all the time is inflation and the cost of gasoline. This president has tried, maybe he didn't set out to destroy the economy, but he certainly was ignorant of what it means to raise the price of gasoline. It's doubled since he went into office. And what that's done is give us the highest inflation rate in 40 years.
And they don't want to seem to take responsibility for that. It's always blaming somebody else, like Putin's fault. It's his fault.
Absolutely. But thankfully, Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Bank, even admitted one day when he was asked point blank, was this caused by Putin? And he said, no, we had this problem before Putin. Well, President Biden appointed him to his job, and thankfully he had enough character to tell the truth. And so I think that's the thing we have to be paying attention to and say, no, we as Americans have to take responsibility. Most of us, again, are Christians, and or we have Judeo-Christian beliefs, and we know it's our responsibility to take responsibility for what we do. The president never takes responsibility. He out and out lied at the G7 this week, where he said we have the lowest inflation of any of the countries. That is just not true. We have the highest inflation. And our economy is doing very, very poorly right now. And it's hurting average working people who just can't afford $4 gas. I don't like to pay for $4 gas either. I don't like to pay double prices for meat at the grocery store. I'll tell you, I'm very frugal too, and I worry about these prices and what it's doing to us.
And even that, you go to some grocery stores and the shelves are empty because they can't find a lot of the products they're accustomed to buying.
It's amazing to me, Jim, at how few items are on the shelves in grocery store. It really is. Well, I've never seen it like this in my entire life, and most other Americans have never seen this either. So we've got a lot we're dealing with in Washington, but we're not dealing with it very well because the Democrats are doing their best to blame Republicans for everything and then to stymie the economy at every point. Most of us can't possibly afford $100,000 for an electric car. And by the way, where's the electricity going to come from, Jim?
Yes.
To make that car go? We've got to have we've got to have coal, we've got to have nuclear, we've got to have all of the above. We cannot operate this country on wind and solar. It just can't be done. You got to have generators, and you got to have backup for wind and solar. It's going to be raining, my understanding is, from the weather forecast for the next 3 days, or 4 days, actually. Our guy on the radio here says until Thursday. Well, we're not going to have any solar.
Yes.
And we may have wind, but it's not going to be consistent. So we're going to have real problems with that. So we've got to be realistic. That's the other thing Americans have always done. I met with some folks yesterday from James River Equipment to talk about their concerns with getting employees. And they said to me, we are so glad to have somebody with common sense up in Washington. And I said, well, it's something that is in very, very short supply.
Well, you're one of those people that has the common sense. That's why we hope you'll stay forever and ever.
Well, I don't know if I'll stay forever and ever, but I'll stay as long as I think I can do what I need to do. But I do want to say before we get off the air that I want people to please, 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 please think about what this weekend means. Think about the men and women who sacrificed their lives at a time when it looked hopeless in this country. Most people don't realize that not everybody was in favor of independence from Great Britain. Great Britain is called Great Britain for a reason. It was the greatest country in the world. And here this band of people who realized they were not going to be subjected to a tyrant in George III, and they wanted to be free. They had lived free, and they wanted to be free. And about a third of the people wanting to do that, a third of the people didn't care, and a third of the people were loyal to the crown. So it was not the entire people of the country. So we've always had a minority of the people who fought for freedom in this country. And I almost think we're about there now, Jim. But more and more people are waking up to it. So I want people to think about that. Throughout our whole history, people have sacrificed their lives to keep our freedom. And we should get on our knees, thank the good Lord, but also thank the people who've gone before us, who have allowed us to live in the freest country in the world and be as prosperous as we are. Despite all the problems we're having now, we're still pretty prosperous. And we need to be thankful to them and vow to not let their lives be in vain.
Well said, Congresswoman Virginia Foxx. Thank you so very much for being with us, and thank you for staying in the fight up there in Washington and in your hometown. We love talking with you and hope to do it again real soon.
Thanks, Jim, and remember, say Happy Independence Day, okay?
Okay.
It could have been some other day in July, but it's Independence Day.
Independence Day.
God bless you and all your listeners.
God bless you too. Bye.
Take care.
Virginia Foxx, Congresswoman Virginia Foxx, speaking with us this morning. Coming up a little after 8 o'clock this morning, Real Estate Insights with Beth Helton, right here on this radio station, right here in this Blue Room.
From ABC News, I'm Brian Clark. The vast majority of the nearly 48 million people AAA expects to travel this weekend will be driving. AAA thinks a record 42 million Americans will travel by car, and that's despite the national average of gas clocking in at $4.84 a gallon. ABC's Trevor Alt says the most traffic expected today.
If you're going to be driving today, your best times to avoid heavy traffic will be a departure before 10 a.m., or you can wait all the way until after 9 p.m. The worst traffic window is enormous today, between noon and 9. Tomorrow you have a little bit more of a cushion. You can take off before noon or after 7, and the worst stretch is going to be between 12 and 2.
And the TSA expects Sunday to be busiest for air travel. President Biden's back in the U.S. His administration now facing questions about what comes next following Supreme Court decisions, including Thursday's that ruled the EPA lacks authority to regulate power plant emissions, a blow to the Biden administration's climate change initiatives. During this week's January 6th committee hearing, Vice Chair Liz Cheney suggested concern people in former President Trump's orbit were threatening witnesses. Asked if she knew who those people were, she told ABC's Jonathan Karl the committee would look into it.
I don't want to comment on that, but it's very serious. It really goes to the heart of our legal system.
Right now, basketball player Brittany Griner is in a Russian court where she's facing trial on drug smuggling charges. Authorities in eastern Kentucky say several police officers were wounded in a shooting in Floyd County while serving a warrant. Matt Gayhart with the Kentucky State Police said,
Kentucky State Police, Post 9 in Pikeville, received a call for an officer assist for a shots fired complaint. They responded out here. That situation turned into an active shooter. Since then, the shooter has been taken into custody.
Authorities called the shooting deadly but have not said who was killed. You're listening to ABC News.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services. Ricky LeBlanc, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Admitted in Massachusetts only. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Members, Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Nick Neiswander, Florence, Kentucky. Rich Grabo, 970 Farmington Avenue, West Hartford, Connecticut. 860-904-7789. Michael Bo Gonzalez, admitted Louisiana. Filing number LA-22-13614. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other attorneys. I am a paid non-attorney spokesperson.
Attention U.S. Marines. Veterans were exposed to toxic chemicals in the drinking water on Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987. Exposure to these chemicals increased the risk for cancer, birth defects, and other serious health problems. If you or a loved one were exposed to contaminated water on Camp Lejeune, you may be entitled to compensation. A new law gives legal rights to those harmed. It is not too late to take action. Call Sokolov Law now for a free legal consultation at 1-800-397-8100. 1-800-397-8100. 1-800-397-8100.
Families of some of the 53 migrants who died inside of a truck in Texas this week are now confirming their losses. The tractor trailer entered the U.S. from Mexico under a stolen identity.
Using another truck's DOT number allowed smugglers to disguise their big rig as one from a legitimate trucking company and to pass unimpeded over the International Bridge at Laredo, Texas. The red tractor hauling a white 53-foot trailer was waved through 3 checkpoints altogether. 3 hours after crossing into the country, the trailer's cargo of dead and dying immigrants would be discovered in San Antonio. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
The family of Emmett Till is calling for the arrest of the white woman who accused a black teenager of making improper advances towards her in 1955. Her accusation sparked the events that led to the Mississippi teen's kidnapping and death. An unserved arrest warrant for Carolyn Bryant Donham, now in her 80s, was discovered last week inside of a county courthouse in Greenwood. LaFleur County Sheriff Ricky Banks says it'll be hard to find a judge willing to enforce a 70-year-old document.
I can't see that that's any good because they had a trial with her husband and the other guy that was involved in it and found them not guilty of until that's account.
Emmett Till's murder helped ignite the civil rights movement in the U.S. This is ABC News.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you're on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead with those minimum payments? You feel like there's no way out? Get off the endless debt treadmill and start saving money each month. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you don't have to pay the entire amount you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months instead of decades. Call Total Financial now at 800-208-1312. 800-208-1312.
Brian Clark, ABC News.
Happy July 1st, and as we head into this holiday weekend, we're going to be feeling like summer. Temperatures today in the upper 80s to low 90s. Hot and humid with a chance of a scattered shower or thunderstorm this afternoon. We'll see mostly cloudy skies into tonight with a stray shower early on. Temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s by Saturday morning. Then for tomorrow, a chance of scattered showers and storms into the afternoon under partly cloudy skies with temperatures topping out in the low 90s to start the holiday weekend. I'm meteorologist Anthony Baglione in the Weather Center.
We've moved from 67 up to 71, and we should be climbing a little further up the line to about 85 for a daytime high, with a possibility of some midday afternoon showers today. And then tonight, some partly cloudy skies with a chance of thunderstorms. Lows around 70. Looks like July 4th, weekend of July 4th, may be a little iffy. Right now, it looks like we have about a 50-50 chance of showers on Monday and Monday night, and again on Tuesday. So we need the rain. This maybe let's have a little shower, and then you continue cooking out your steaks and your hot dogs and hamburgers, because it is Independence Day weekend. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Beth Heldon is in the Blue Room with me, and we'll get to her in just a moment.
Turn up the savings, turn up the value, and turn up the fun with BarkMobile's Turn Up the Switch event. Turn up the style with a new Samsung Galaxy A32, free when you make the switch. Or bring your own device and save $100. Plus talk, text, and stream like you want with unlimited data for just $35 a line per month with 2 lines. All on our new 5G network. Mobile made easy just got even easier. Snag the savings at BarkMobile's Turn Up the Switch event today. BarkMobile, mobile made easy. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details or visit mybarkmobile.com/terms and conditions.
All right, let me move over, see if I got everything together. I got both hands here, both arms. I think I'm ready to go. Beth Helton is with me in the studio this morning in the Blue Room to talk about real estate. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sometimes I'm not sure if I'm finding myself running around in circles or what.
Me either these days, let me tell you.
We fit right in then.
Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Glad to have you again on this Friday morning.
Well, thank you. We've had some stuff come up in the last few months that I think people need to be aware of. One of them was most recent with the Forest City property taxes.
Yes.
That's going to be fun. So I kind of thought I would explain a little bit of that, and then another problem that we've got. You know, if you have a fixed rate loan on your house, your payment will not increase unless your property insurance or your property taxes do. Your principal, your interest isn't going to change. So for ease of math purposes, if you have $1,000 a month house payment and you have your property taxes and your insurance taken out of that, the bank takes that and they pay that at the end of the year. So if you've got $100 taken out of that $1,000 for your property taxes, I'm saying 100 because I'm going easy of math, $100 a month is $1,200 a year.
Right.
Now your taxes are going to be $1,200 a year, which means they're going to be $200 a month. So that means, where are they going to get that extra $100 out of the 11? They can't. So you're going to have to pay like $1,100 a month mortgage instead of $1,000. The problem with this, and of course this is this is like really oversimplified, I'm sure, because everybody's situation is different. Everybody's property tax is different. But within the city limits, if you own a property and you're making a mortgage payment, the bank will have to ask you for more money so they can have some in reserves, so they have enough to pay the property taxes. So your payment's going to go up. I mean, there's no way around that. If you're a landlord, your tax responsibility has gone up, which will probably mean at some point in time they're going to raise the rent. If you own a commercial building and you have a lease, the lease may increase. So people just need to be aware what you need to start doing as homeowners, because people will they're either going to lose their house because they're teetering on the brink. So within the next several years, we may see houses in Forest City go into foreclosure, or we're going to try to see some people try to get out of the city limits and just stay in the county, so they don't have that extra tax burden. And then some people will not come and live in the city limits that are looking to buy in Rutherford County. So I would suggest that people that are owning their home kind of take the Dave Ramsey approach right now to tighten your belt a little bit. go ahead and get on a budget, put $1,000 aside for like an emergency fund, but have a want or need mentality when you go to buy something and make a purchase. Go ahead and start setting aside that extra money. Know what your property taxes are now and double it, and set aside that extra money so that you're ready. Save as much money as you can. If you're going to buy something, think about it first. Do I need it or do I want it? If I just want it, maybe I better not buy it right now. Let's put a break on some spending until we get through this hump and see how it's going to affect them. Because it's going to hurt. I mean, when you try to boil a frog and you throw it in boiling water, it's going to hop out.
Yes.
It's a little bit easier to accept if you've got some warm water that he just swims around in, and you just gradually increase it. Then all of a sudden he don't know what hit him. But since we're kind of ripping a Band-Aid off, so to speak, people really need to kind of get their mindset wrapped around, okay, I've got to really tighten my belt. Because you don't want to lose, you don't want to lose your house. You don't want to get into a tight situation where you can't afford. Gas has gone up. Now your property taxes are going up. Food, everything's going up. There is no money tree that you can go to. So I just want to encourage people that are in the city limits to just tighten your belt a little bit. The second problem that we're having, COVID was great in that it showed people they could work remotely. If you got the right tools, you can work from home. So we've got a lot of people that are trying to come into this county because we've got great stuff. I mean, you've got water, you've got Lake Lure, the Chimney Rock, the marinas, horses. We've got all kinds of stuff, and our location is phenomenal. People like Rutherford County because of where it is and what we have to offer. So when we get new people coming into the county, that just helps our economy, because if you buy here and you spend here, it helps money flow. The one thing about basic economics is supply and demand. If I don't have what you need, I'm going to go elsewhere to find it. So if I have a little shoe shop and I've got winter shoes and you need flip-flops, I sell shoes. It's a foot covering.
Yeah.
But you need flip-flops. You're not going to buy from me.
Yeah.
Which means I can't pay my employees, I can't pay my rent, I can't pay my utilities, so we have a going out of business sale. So what's happening now is people that are trying to come into this county, there's two things they need. They need a house with flexible space. Maybe it's got an extra bedroom or a basement or some place that they can convert into a workspace. And the second thing, which is a deal breaker, several agents have lost deals. Sellers have not sold their house because of this one thing, and that's the internet. Internet is not over Rutherford County. I can't get it at my house. I showed a house yesterday. I couldn't even get a cell phone signal in the house yesterday, in this one house that I showed, which meant that person was no longer interested. So what I've had buyers do, I'll say and I showed one house before I'd even thought about talking to them in depth about the internet issue. They're like, well, yeah, he works from home, and they were telling me what kind of work he does. And it was like financial stuff, and he needed speed, he needed bandwidth, he needed to send chunks of information over reliable, internet connection. And so, I gave them numbers they could call. I said, and you find your own, and you find out if it's available for what you need. And they called me up the next day and they said, Beth, we can't buy that house. It does not have the internet that we have to have.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, it's kind of disheartening. So now before they even come look at it, I'm like, do you need internet? Is that important to you? Check that out before you come look at this house. We've had to go take people to different counties and even to South Carolina because they want rural. They would like to be Rutherford County, but we don't have the internet. They're looking for flip-flops, and we're selling winter shoes. Right. And so I don't know if that's a commission issue. I don't know if it's an economic development issue. I don't know what issue it is, but we don't have options. And if you don't give people options, they will go somewhere else.
And they are looking at that possibility. Commissioners just the other day talked about expanding that out into the rural area.
Well, they need to hurry up.
We need it badly.
It's terrible
Even for the
because
students, they can't work online out there.
there is no excuse. I'm sorry, this is 2022.
Yeah.
No kid should have to take a laptop and go sit in a McDonald's parking lot eating a Happy Meal to do their homework. Now, I frankly don't mind that myself, but you really shouldn't have to do that. And especially with these people that are coming in, if sellers would do this for us, this would be helpful. If you're listing your house, give us a list of your utility providers. Is it Duke? Is it REA? Do you have Forest City Water? Do you have well? Do you have internet? And who is your internet provider and how do you use it? Because people are streaming now, they're doing gaming, they're doing all kinds of meetings over the internet that you need a reliable connection. So if a seller would let their agent know what they have and how they use it, that would help us better inform the buyers and the potential buyers that are coming down the road. We've got to get some flip-flops in the store.
Yeah.
It's basically what
that
it
makes a lot
amounts
of
to.
sense. Yes, that's something they get so excited about a home and a house. They don't always think about, well, I need that. It's not there.
Yes, yes.
It's good to think ahead.
Well, and as an agent, we have to kind of think for them because people get so excited about seeing this house.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. We could do this and we could do this, and he could set up his office here, and that's what it's like. Okay, whoa, wait a minute. What you're going to work from home? Well, yeah. Okay, then y'all love the house all you want to, but before you get too attached, let's find out, are we going to be able to get this? Because it's just devastating when somebody sees a house they love and then they just can't get it. And we really need to, and the thing I don't think they really understand is real estate really has a really big part of the economy. Because if you have people that live here, then their money is staying here. They're shopping or they're buying groceries or buying gas. They're paying the utilities. Their money is staying within the county, and you want money to be in the county. You want things to flow. And the thing about Rutherford County that I think I haven't lived here all my life. I just lived here since 2010, and people that have lived here all their life, you get used to things. It's like, we're just podunk holler. Well, when you're a new person coming into Rutherford County and you realize everything that it has to offer, I mean, there's things to do. You are so close to everywhere you need to be. One agent said something about the gateway to everywhere, I think was her little catchphrase that she had or something, because you are close. It's a perfect location. If you've got to go to Charlotte or Asheville or Greenville, Spartanburg, we're the perfect place.
Right here. That's exactly right.
If you just want to take a day trip to Asheville, knock yourself out. If you want to take kids to Yogi Bear Park, go ahead. Run up the road to ride some horses. Go hiking. South Mountain. I mean, we've got everything you need.
Rail trail path from bicycles and hiking is great.
Exactly. And so I think people need to get excited about Rutherford County again.
I agree with you.
Because I am. I mean, every time I'm talking to people about it, they'll ask me questions. I'm like, oh, well, you do know we have little shops. We've got cute little Forest City. You can drive up to Chimney Rock. I said, Lake Lure has a little craft thing once a year. And they were like, well, where could you go to a beach? I said, oh, Lake Lure has got a little beach thing up there. Really? I'm like, yeah, you do not have to go to the Eastern Shore or anything else, And so I'm one of these that, with the way the economy's going right now, people need to save their money. People need to get excited about where they live, and we need to want to keep money in the county. Let's keep things flowing. Because if you don't have money, if I don't have a job, then I don't pay my bills. If I don't pay my bills,
shop local.
Yes.
And use local
That's the other thing.
What? Yeah.
We're getting a lot of agents from outside of this area that don't know this area.
Yeah.
And they don't know that there's not internet or cell phone signal, or they have no idea because they've not lived here.
Right.
They don't know. And so you'll have people from outside the area come and they'll flip houses. They may do a good job, they may not. But they get an agent that they know to list, which is fine, but the agent needs to educate themselves on our county. Local agents are the way to go. We know our market. We know our area. We know how to market our area. We know how to take care of our people, and that's what we do.
Shop local.
Yes, absolutely.
Beth Helton, Real Estate Insights, every Friday morning at the same time. And
that's right.
I always enjoy it. I always get a lot
It's
from
always
it.
a pleasure.
Look forward to seeing you next week, and I hope you have a great Independence Day.
Thank you. Same to you.
And I'll be back in just a moment. Are you tired of waiting for weeks and months to get an appointment with your primary care provider? Or looking for a primary care provider that spends 30 minutes with you instead of just 10? There's one right here in our area. Brock Family Care, located at 289 Shallow Road in Forest City. Brock Family Care provides primary health care and urgent care services for you and your family, as well as coordinate care between hospitals and specialty care. They don't accept insurance, but they have a unique pricing model that should be pleasing to everyone. Check them out at www.brockfamilycare.com or simply call 828-382-7282.
This is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. We know that due to COVID, many people don't want to come in the office. If you need to discuss your insurance needs or just make a payment, you can come through the drive-thru, telephone us, or drop in. We want to see you, but it doesn't have to be across from a desk. Insurance Service Associates, now located at 245 East Main Street in Forest City.
Smith Drugs of Forest City, we are continue to offer the COVID-19 rapid testing and the COVID-19 vaccinations. Please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591 with any questions or concerns that you may have. You may also visit our website at smithsdrugsfc.com and schedule your COVID rapid 19 test or your vaccination. Again, if you have any questions, please call our pharmacy at 828-245-4591.
Smith's Drugs of Forest City is offering the flu vaccines. You can walk in Monday through Friday or by appointment only on Saturdays. The Dream Station and System 1 CPAP customers, if you need assistance registering your recall devices, you can call the Home Medical Department at 245-4591. And Smith's Drugs has a large selection of in-stock mastectomy bras, now half price. So come by our Home Equipment Department on West Main Street in Forest City. Smith's Drugs, 245-4591. Sign-up forms are now available for the Meet Me at the Fountain 5K race to be held on Saturday, July the 23rd. Go to smithsdrugsfc.com.
Well, how's that belly? Hungry for breakfast? Well, let me suggest that you give Scrappy's Food and Fuel a real opportunity to impress you with their food from their breakfast menu. They've got a good choice there. Got those cathead biscuits going. They got Pam sausage, delicious coffee, and so much more. Need to check it out. And if you're not a breakfast person, want to go for lunch, check out their hand-breaded chicken tenders, mouth-watering hamburgers and hot dogs, chicken salad, homemade pasta salad, chicken wings, and so much more. If you're planning on having a good meal and want to do it at home or close by, support our friends who are local. That's Scrappy's Food and Fuel, 221 Highway and Chase High Road at the corner intersection of just below Floyd's Creek Baptist Church. Scrappy's Food and Fuel. And you can get ice for your coolers down there as well. Sergeant Brando was with us earlier this morning to give us a report from the Sheriff's Department. We recorded it for broadcast at this time. Sergeant Brando?
Past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has answered 139 calls, processed 14 arrests, and currently have 204 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Jason Paul Petit, 30-year-old white male, Bostic, served with 6 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. No bond listed right now. William Dennis Tony, 61-year-old white male of Rutherford, charged with assault with a deadly weapon, given a written promise to appear. We have a Bruce Lee Tony, 36-year-old white male of Far City, charged with assault with a deadly weapon, given a written promise to appear. A Nolan Andrew Blanton, 19-year-old white male, Far City, charged with assault on a female, no bond at this time. And Frankie Lee Greer, 53-year-old white male, Far City, served with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, given a $500 secure bond. Under our incident reports, we have a Richard Robertson from Nebo reported a larceny of a log splitter. Incident occurred on Strawberry Holler Drive in Union Mills. We have a William Sharkey from Highway 64 in Union Mills reported a assault and battery, and that is where, Miss Carla Sharkey was taken into custody in that incident. And we have a Ashley Hamrick from Baltimore Road in Ellenborough reported a larceny of a steel weed eater valued at $215. And that's all we have for you this morning, sir.
Goes to show you, to me, that there is probably a time where we are exploring and doing and being more creative than we've ever been in college sports.
It's all about the team.